Hello fellow racers, your boy Vex here again. This is round 5 from the Ultimate Racing League's Alpha 155 One Make Series. We are at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. Without further ado, we'll have a quick rundown through the grid. So Vex has managed to grab pole. Dan Bailey's behind him in second. We got Toten is in third place. Wayne G is in fourth. Ice Chand is back and he's in fifth place. Brian Moncani is in sixth. Molson is in seventh. Palmer is in eighth. Hodgie is in ninth. Nice little appearance from Serial Car Killer, my teammate from a few seasons ago. He's there in 10th. Boy Boosted 11th. Kev is in 12th. And Slowpoke bringing up the rear in 13th. So 13 cars this week as opposed to 9 in the previous round, which was a good wood. Without further ado, should we get into it? I think we better get into it, innit, really. Let's get into it. Jackson boy. And they're off. There's going to be wanting to cover that inside. There's a lot of people making some nice moves there at the start. It looks like Wayne G going for a move as well. Vex is covering that inside off early. He knows that Dan Bailey's looking. He is going for a sniff. Dan Bailey actually glancing onto the gravel a little bit there. He's now in a Toten Wayne G sandwich. He's the filling of that sandwich. He's decided to pull out of that sandwich. Oh, and I think it's actually gone to a safety car. So not too sure what happened. There must have been an incident towards the rear of the field. It looks like Serial Car Killer and Palmer maybe were involved. I'm not quite sure. We'll have to review the footage after the race, but they're going to continue this lap in this formation. So Vex is going to be heading up the field. We've got Toten is in second place. Dan Bailey's in third. Wayne G fourth. Ice Chand's managed to make a few places up. He's up to fifth. Brian Moncani sixth. Molson's there in seventh. Keller's in eighth. Boy Boosted ninth. Slowpoke 10th. Hodgie 11th. Palmer 12th. And Serial Car Killer's 13th. So it looks like Serial Car Killer maybe let Palmer have that place back. I think maybe, as you saw at the start of the race, it was quite compacted and everybody quite eager to try and go for some moves. Turn 1 does get quite congested and you often get a concertina effect, so I reckon that's probably what happened there. Probably a bit of a concertina, not really anything anyone could have done. And we're coming up to the start-finish line. This is going to be green light conditions, so we're waiting for the green flag. There we go. Here we go. Is it? Yeah, Vex is off again. Vex is off. It's green light conditions, so everybody trying to make a move there. Vex is heading up the pack. Dan Bailey, he's managed to drop through to second. He's managed to take that place off Toten. He's going down the inside, closing right up onto the back of Vex there. That was a great move from Dan Bailey to get back. Oh, he's actually gone on the gravel. He's back on though. It's not cost him too much. Toten is all over him though. Toten going for the move. Oh, and he's managed to get it done. Wayne G's following him through, and Ice Chand as well. So Dan Bailey dropping 3 positions in the space of 1 corner, and he's actually picked up a 0.5 second penalty as well. That's unlucky, Dan. So we currently got Vex followed by Toten, followed by Wayne G, Ice Chand, Molson, Dan Bailey, Brian Moncani's there in 7th, Hodgie in 8th, Kevin 9th, Boy Boosted 10th. Serial Car Killers actually managed to get back past Palmer to retake that 11th position. Palmer's there in 12th. And then Slowpoke. I'm not sure what happened to Slowpoke. Maybe he's not too used to this track at the moment. Maybe still finding his feet a little bit. Oh, he actually has a bit of a moment there. He's gone on the gravel. You don't want to do that at Slowpoke. Maybe he's going to go and see if he can find that burger van. I'm not sure. I think maybe that corner just caught him out a little bit. But he's still going, so... Go on board with the race leader. This is Vex. Vex is still out in front. Still out ahead of the rest of the pack. Doesn't look like Toten's close enough to be challenging him just yet. So Vex doing really well to start extending that lead. Oh, go on board with the onboard camera so we can have a look back and see where the rest of the guys are. So we can see Toten, Mawson and Wayne G all having a bit of a battle there for second and third place. That's your top four. All still very close. We saw this at Goodwood. These four actually getting away from the rest of the pack, and doing really well again here at Laguna Seca through the corkscrew for the third time. We see a little bit of that lobby stability there on board with Vex. We can see the bit of the sideways porpoising going on again. So Vexed, he's going to start lap 4. He's actually putting a fastest lap. Toten's just nicked it off him though. Toten's got a 1:27.1, so Vex putting in a 1:27.2. So Toten 1/100th faster than him. I think that's going to be the advantage of that slipstream. I think Toten is still there in the slipstream, so be interesting to see if he manages to start trying to challenge Vex for that first place. As it stands, he has put in a fastest second sector, or was that the first sector? It might have been the first sector there. Wayne G not far behind him. And Wayne G, he has been looking fast in that Alfa, hasn't he? Wayne G definitely got the grips with his new setup now. I think he's enjoying that T300 and putting it through his paces. Mawson closing right up onto the back of Wayne G. Oh, he's looking for a move. He is looking for a move. He's fought better off it there, though. He knows that this turn is a bit of a tricky one, so slotting back in for a minute. I think this might be where it comes on the approach to the start-finish line. This is a good place to go for a move. Wayne G looking like he was covering it off. He's moved back over to take the line. Mawson not close enough. Look at Vex there. Vex has moved right over onto the inside. He's covering that inside early. I think he's starting to get a little bit wary of Toten now. Brian Moncani's in 5th. He can just about see the top 4 there, but he's got a little bit of work to do to get in the slip. And I think Mawson looking like he was going for a move on Wayne G. We had to go back on board. He stuck his nose up there. Didn't quite manage to get past. And it looks like Toten's actually crept onto the back of Vex, so we'll have a quick run down through the field and we'll have a look at this top 4 battle again. So Brian Moncani, he's here in 5th. He's not being challenged by Hodgie at the moment. Hodgie's managed to make his way through to 6th though, so Hodgie sat in 6th. He's managed to move up 2 places. He was sat in 8th. Hodgie also recently upgraded his wheel, so he's moved from the G29 onto the, I believe it's the Thrustmaster TGT2. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, Hodgie. Starting to catch up to Brian Moncani though, isn't he? Boy Boosted. Boy Boosted's in 7th. Not having to worry about a serial car killer for a minute. James Dean. Go on board with James Dean. Sat comfortably in 8th at the moment. Kev not really putting him under too much pressure. We can see him in the background there. Kev looking a little bit squirrely through the final turn. Oh, I'm not sure what happened there. There was a massive bit of lag and it looked like Kev has got past him. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Maybe serial having connection issues, or perhaps that's that lobby stability coming into play again. I know a few of the guys have been saying that it has been a little bit sketchy recently after the recent update, so Ice Chand all the way down in 10th. Sure, he's going to be looking to capitalise and make up some more positions. That's not where he's going to want to finish. I know he's in the top 10, but Raj would be happier being in the top 5. Same for Dan Bailey. Dan Bailey looking like he's all on the back foot after that great start. He's found himself down in 11th place. So I think that penalty really cost him. He's not having to worry about Palmer though, so he's just going to keep his head down and try and chase Raj down. And then we've got Palmer. Massive gap between Palmer and the rest of the field. He hasn't got to worry about Slowpoke though, so that may be where he ends up. Slowpoke. Here he is. That was better through that turn that time. Not going onto the gravel. Here he is coming up to the corkscrew. I see him go through the corkscrew. Slow him right down there. It's almost a 3-story drop there through the corkscrew. Down through this next turn. Let's go on board with our race leaders. Oh, is it a Slowpoke having another moment? It looked like he was almost going to go into the pit there. Looks like he's suffering with a bit from tyre wear, so... Anyway, on board with Vexed. He's still in the lead at the moment. He is being challenged by Toten. Toten's all over the back of him now. He's going to have to start going defensive. I think we're going to start seeing Vex throwing some defensive shapes. He's covering that inside off nice and early. He's not going to want to lose that first position. Trying his utmost to keep Toten behind him. Mawson's there as well. Mawson trying to capitalise and go through as well, but... Oh, as they all have a bit of a concertina there. I think Toten's actually going to have to go defensive against Mawson. He has. He's moved over. And Wayne G's not far behind him as well. As Mawson actually goes for the move there. I think he might have taken second place off of Toten. He's alongside him. Firmly alongside Toten is Mawson. He's looking to take that second place away from him. Wayne G there in the rear view as well. Is Toten going to hold it around the outside? He might do. Nah, look like Mawson getting a better line through there. He's managed to take that second place away from Toten, but Toten's still going to be trying to challenge him. Wayne G's closed right up onto the back of Toten as well, so Wayne G's going to be looking for that move on Toten, but it looked like he had to back off with that last turn. Collected a bit of gravel as well. We saw a bit of gravel getting kicked up there. Mawson still trying to pressure Vexed. Vexed doing really well to keep it ahead of everyone and defending like a champ at the moment. I think it's all going to get very close coming into the corkscrew here, as we do see Mawson closing right up onto the back of Vexed. Toten also closing right up onto the back of Mawson, and Wayne G there as well, so these top four still within a second of each other. Just coming up to the 12-minute mark, so we're going to have 3 minutes left of this race. We'll come back on board with these top four in just a second. In fact, we'll stay with them for just a second. I want to see if anything happens into turn one. And then we'll have a quick rundown. Sorry if I've missed any of the action, guys, but as you can see, this is a mammoth battle forming at the front here. Right, so no moves being made on turn one, but we have got Vex, followed by Mawson, followed by Toten. Wayne G's in fourth. Brian Moncani, he's in fifth still. Hodgie's still in sixth. Boy Boosted, seventh. Oh, as he goes deep, he's collected the gravel. That might cost him. I don't think anyone's close enough to be able to capitalise just yet, but... Oh, his Chan's not too far behind him. You see that gap is starting to close up now. And we've got Kev. Kev's in ninth. He has picked up a 0.5 second penalty, so... Looks like Dan Bailey actually going around the outside there. He's got a 0.5 second penalty as well, but great move there from Dan Bailey. He's taken that ninth place away from Kev. It may swap positions again as they serve their penalties, but... I'm not sure. James Dean, Cyril Carcula, he's in 11th. Palmer still in 12th. He's also got a 0.5 second penalty, and Slowpoke in 13th. We are going to be coming up to the final stages of this race. It is only a 50-minute... Oh, Slowpoke, massive moment. That's going to cost him. He didn't want to do that. That's unlucky, Slowpoke. That's definitely a mission failed. We'll get him next time. So look at this here, Vex still in first, Toten and Mawson having a bit of a battle. Mawson's been in second place, Toten's retaking it, and then Mawson retook it, and then Toten's retaking it again. The Vex still managing to hold them off. Look at these two. I think Wayne G was trying to find his way through, but just not managing to find a gap. Mawson pulled over looking like he was going to go for that move up the inside, but oh, he has a big moment in the background. Mawson, no! Oh, Mawson's gone off. That's let Wayne G through. So this is your top three. I think this might be how it finishes. This might be Vex's maiden victory in the 155 series, or did he win one previously? I can't quite remember. But I think this is going to be it. This is it. Vex is going to bring home the win. There we go, first place for Vex. Toten is in second. Wayne G, third place. Mawson, unlucky result there from Mawson. He was in third, but he had that moment. He's found himself in fourth place. Brian Moncani, fifth. Great result there for Hodgie, bringing it home in sixth place. And Ice Chand, he's managed to get past Scotty Boy at the end there. Ice Chand 7th, Scotty Boy 8th. Dan Bailey finishing in 9th. Kev bringing it home in 10th. Serial Car Killer 11th. Palmer. You know she's gonna Sony or Kablim. That's a silly song, isn't it? Palmer 12th. Slowpoke. He's gonna bring it home in 13th. And there we go. That's the final place on the grid there for Slowpoke. That was race 1. I will see you in the next one. I've been your boy Vex. Good night.